14 wickets fell on the first day of the LV County Championship fixture at the Emirates Durham International Cricket Ground, where the visitor Somerset got the better of things, thanks to their seamers making the most of a helpful pitch. In spite of that, Paul Collingwood decided to bat after winning the toss, his side coming into this game after back-to-back T20 matches and plenty of miles on the clock. In spite of that, Mark Stoneman and Keaton Jennings got their heads down to give their side a solid start with 31 runs, coming in the opening 8 overs of the match. The introduction of Craig Overton altered things. He struck with his 4th delivery, trapping Stoneman in front for 16, giving the bowler the first of his 4 wickets. Scott Borthwick didn't last long. He edged the ball angled across him from Tim Groenewald into the hands of Peter Trigo after making 8 of a score of 45 for 2. 1 run later and the hosts were 3 down, Paul Collingwood going for a duck as he was bang in front to Overton to the 7th ball he faced. Lewis Gregory was included in the Somerset lineup at the expense of Jamie Overton, and the all-rounder was a little expensive, these deliveries allowing Michael Richardson to make a start to his innings, an important one to keep his side in touch. Richardson was able to bat through the rest of the morning session in partnership with Jennings, who struck a couple of boundaries off Trigo to ensure that honours were just about even by the time lunch came around, with Durham going to the break on 107 for 3. But Somerset moved ahead after the restart once Jennings on 49 missed a whip to leg off Groenewald and was LBW at 117 for 4. Richardson followed 2 runs later for 32, Jim Allenby managing to get a ball to leap at the batsman, Marcus Trescothick parrying before holding on in the slips. 2 balls after that, Callum MacLeod drove loosely at Allenby and was caught at point by Johan Myburgh, Durham now on 119 for 6. And worse was to come when Paul Coughlin pretty much walked after being hit on the pad by Groenewald. In 24 balls, Durham had lost 4 wickets for 3 runs and were now in some trouble. Gordon Mutchell goes about his work without making any headlines. He stopped the immediate rot in partnership with John Hastings, who went after the bowling when he could. That's the way it seems nowadays. If in trouble, chance your arm a bit. Over the next 8 overs, this pair added 52 runs to at least give the total an air of respectability. Overton produced something special to end the stand, demolishing Hastings' stumps with a Yorker, the Australian out for a handy 28. It was 4 for Overton when he then had Mutchell on 24, held by Trescothick, a wicket which left the home team on 183 for 9. And Durham were dismissed 6 runs later for 189 when Chris Rushworth lobbed a catch to Overton off Trigo. Overton ending with 4 for 40, and his side will have been very pleased with their work. Having said that, Somerset initially found batting no easier. This Rushworth wicket to get rid of Tom Abel was the bowler's 100th in this competition since the start of last season. Bowling as straight as ever, the talented paceman then had Trescothick LBW for 26, those runs being made out of a total of 34 for 2. Myburgh, playing in his 100th first-class match, scored a ton in the defeat to Durham in Taunton right at the start of this season, and he again looked good against the side he represented in 2012. He timed his shots well as Rushworth was given some extra work to do, with Graham Onions off the field with another injury. James Hildreth, the First Division's leading run scorer this year, should have gone without scoring many more here, but was put down in the slips by Borthwick off Hastings. A drop which looked as if it would prove costly as Hildreth started to do what he's done to most attacks this summer. By the end of this knock, it also passed Ashwell Prince at Lancashire as the man with the most runs in the first-class game this summer. He had to settle for 35 here, and he won't be too pleased with the way he was out, plugging a short ball from Borthwick to Hastings at mid-on to end a partnership of 73 with Myburgh. Only 11 more were added before Tom Cooper pulled a short delivery from Rushworth straight to Mutchell at mid-wicket after making 8. But Myburgh was still there, and before stumps were drawn, he was at his 50 off his 93rd delivery, a bit of a gift from Borthwick, which brought the batsman his 6th 4. By the close, he'd taken his personal tally to 57 in what was the innings of the day. Supported well by Allenby for the last half an hour, Myburgh helped his side reach a total of 147 for 4 by the close, and that means that they will start again on the second morning just 42 runs behind and handily placed.